Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Mondays with Meeks. I'm Chris Meeks, Director of the Financial Aid Office at ENMU Roswell. I want to talk to you guys today about an end of semester process for financial aid, some news regarding the upcoming spring semester, and then tell you about which program we're going to visit today. So, before I jump into that, I first want to just say congratulations to you guys on a successful semester so far. You've made it through midterm, and we're excited to see you guys finish out strong. Get fantastic grades for the end of the term. So at the end of the semester, the Financial Aid Office runs a process called Satisfactory Academic Progress. We call it SAP. And what that does is it determines eligibility for future financial aid for the spring semester. We review eligibility for things like grants, loans, and scholarships. So we'll run that at the end of the term. If you have more questions about that process, give the Financial Aid Office a call or visit our webpage. So the next thing I want to discuss with you guys is the upcoming registration for spring 2021. That happens November 1st online. You can jump on there, get registered for classes, get your entire class schedule worked out. So that's one less thing you have to worry about for the spring term. So November 1st, for more information, contact the Advising Center to set up an appointment or if you have general questions. So this week, the program that we're going to check out is a phlebotomy program located in the Health Science Center. We're going to speak with some instructors over there, learn a lot more about the program, and we'll see you guys over there. All right, guys, welcome to Meeks Minute. This episode of Mondays with Meeks, we're here with Amanda Booth in the Health Science Center. She's a phlebotomy instructor and a medical assistant instructor. Today we're in the phlebotomy classroom, and we're going to talk to Amanda, ask her a few questions, and then hopefully all goes well, we'll be able to show you guys some blood. So we're going to kind of jump in. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thanks for having me. Kind of wanted to talk about, if you could explain a little bit about what phlebotomy is and how long the certificate takes.
Phlebotomy is where we are collecting quality blood specimens to send to the lab in order to come up with a patient diagnosis. The phlebotomy program, it is a short program. It's actually 2 semesters. We offer it in the fall and the spring. So if you started in the fall, you will finish by the spring. We also offer it in the spring and then we conclude in the summer. So it just depends on when you sign up, the duration of your program. So it's just 2 semesters. It does include lecture, hands-on skills, which is what we're doing today in the classroom. But it also includes where we send you out to a practicum site where you get the opportunity to work in a real clinical lab, whether it be a hospital, a doctor's office, or a standalone lab. So that way it builds on that experience. So it's not just classroom work, it's actual real experience in the field.
Awesome. And so you kind of talked about practicum and then getting experience. Can you talk a little bit about what the job prospects are for these students?
The job prospects, actually, most of the time when I send my students out to the practicums, this gives them that real world experience, but it's like a really long job interview. A lot of the practicums do like to hire the students right out of the practicum. The job prospects are really good for the students because we have several hospitals here in Roswell. Surrounding communities, Artesia is where I send students, Reynosa. Also doctor's offices, it seems that the job prospects with the doctor's offices are really the best place for my phlebotomists to get jobs.
And are there any other areas that students might be able to get a job in?
Actually, toxicology, there is forensic toxicology labs that students can work in, pathology offices, so it doesn't have to just necessarily be collecting blood specimens. It can migrate into other fields. So phlebotomy is a starting point, but it can progress into other career opportunities if the student is interested. More chemistry, more biology training. Of course, they'd have to go on to other schools, but it is a wonderful opportunity to get started.
Awesome. Now, what if someone's squeamish when it comes to blood?
I have had students that have been squeamish. I do want to let you know we do start off with the phlebotomy arm. That is not the only practice you're going to get. If I do have squeamish students, I don't kick them out of class. It is a skill that can be taught, so if you're fearful of it, maybe look away. That's always a thing. Look away. I don't want you to faint. And it is a skill that you can come over. You can overcome that fear. It is a skill that can be taught. It is repetitious. I work with long as you're willing to put forth the effort.
Awesome. And you mentioned the demonstration arm. Is there any way we can get a look at what that would be like today?
Yes. So this is our phlebotomy latex arm that we started off with. This is what we practice on. The reason why we practice this first is because having a needle in your hand for the first time can feel like you're holding, a sword because it's that intimidating. So we start with the phlebotomy arm. Obviously, you teach the students how to put the tourniquet, where to locate the 3 most suitable veins for the phlebotomy draw. We teach the students how to cleanse the site. We don't want to introduce any type of microorganisms into the patient's body. Moving away all of those microorganisms, we want to give the arm just a moment to dry. You never want to have that sharp sting from being stuck with alcohol. Applying your tourniquet. Teaching the students the proper technique on what tubes they must collect, what type of needles, gauges are appropriate for the size vein that they're working with, how to anchor properly, you're going to fill a stick going into the patient's arm, correct proper angle. Sometimes he doesn't give me blood, and he's being good for me today. So teaching the students that you can be successful. Obviously, we're not going to get as much blood because he's not dealing with a real patient. Coming out, making sure that we're mixing the blood properly with the additives that are found in our tubes. Removing the tourniquet, applying pressure, making sure that we're away from the needle. We don't want to inadvertently come into contact. Obviously, that would be not a good thing. Applying pressure, and once we collect blood, teaching the students the 5 components that are necessary to document from the patient and presenting that to the lab so we don't have any confusion as to who the patient was and what type of test was being performed and how it should be analyzed. So, and we teach students all of that, and then coming over, bandaging up your patient appropriately, making sure that they can stand up. Not everybody can, they feel faint sometimes, and then making sure that we collected quality stuff.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for your time this morning. I do want to let everybody know spring registration begins November 1st. So as Ms. Booth pointed out, if you're interested in starting the phlebotomy program, you can start in the spring, finish in the summer. Great job prospects. And if you have any more questions, you can give them a call. You can look online, and we're thankful for Ms. Booth's time this morning. Hey guys, so right now we're here with Jennifer Benson. She's also a phlebotomy instructor and a medical assistant instructor. And she's going to talk to us a little bit today about the progression in the phlebotomy program from practicing on a demo arm to actually practicing on live people. So Jennifer, do you want to kind of walk us through it?
Okay. So once we established comfort with the procedure using the arm, that's when we start using each other. So we have the students practice on each other, and this gives them real life experience because, a human arm is going to feel different than something latex. They walk through all of their steps and do the same thing that we teach them on the arm.
Okay.
We as instructors also give up our arms. Sometimes it's easy if we have a student that might be struggling a little bit to be able to guide them effectively a little bit when they're using us as the patient. During this process, they start to draw not only on the arm, but we also do the hands as well, teaching them the butterfly technique. We teach them the syringe technique as well as the ETS. We kind of do all 3 so that they're well prepared when we go send them out to labs.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time this morning. I hope you guys have a great rest of the semester. Looks like you guys are rocking and rolling.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're excited for next semester. Hopefully your registration is through. So, cool. Thank you.
Thank you so much.